Hey everyone, it's me, Erica. Sorry if the lighting's a little weird. It's been raining for the past 2 days, so if I looked a little washed out, that is why. So, I'm here today with my Booktube-A-Thon wrap-up, and I was actually pretty busy on Friday and Saturday, so I still read, but I didn't necessarily reach my goal that I wanted to, but I'm still super proud of myself. The first book I read slash finished, I was about 100 pages in before the Booktube-A-Thon started, and is The Darkest Minds by Alexander Bracken, and I finished this on Saturday. I really enjoyed this book. It was really good. It's about this girl named Ruby, and there's a disease that breaks out that hits the children, and majority of them die, but the ones that survive through it develop these powers, and you're given a color depending on what you can do, from green, blue, yellow, red, and orange. And Ruby is one of the more dangerous ones, which is the color orange. And all the children that have survived are put into these like concentration rehabilitation camps. She lands up breaking out and finding these group of kids, Liam, Chubbs, and Zoo, and they kind of join together to try and find this safe haven for kids called East River. So yeah, it's kind of their adventure, a lot of obstacles along the way, and it's really fun, and I really enjoyed it, but it was also super dark. To be honest, there were some really slow parts for me in this book, so I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. 5 stars on Goodreads because they don't do half stars. The action scenes were great and really suspenseful, and I loved it when Ruby used her powers, and she annoyed me at one part because I felt like she really could have helped out. It was during the later part of the scene. I really felt like she could have changed the outcome of one of the situations that they got in, so that kind of annoyed me, plus it being slow. That ending, though, what? Two major things happened, and I knew one was going to happen because people said they cried at the end, so I kind of guessed that a certain thing was going to happen, and it did, but I did not see the other one coming. When I finished this book, I was numb. I didn't know what to feel. I just like stared at my wall for like 15 minutes, being like, what just happened? What? Was that necessary? And Liam is my new fictional boyfriend, and he is super sweet and super kind, and he just says the most adorable things, and I just want to hug him and keep him all to myself. The second book I read during the Booktube-A-Thon was The Selection. Now, I told you I would either read Angel Fall or The Selection depending on how I felt after The Darkest Minds. And I was like numb after The Darkest Minds, like I said. So I needed something to cheer me up. And so I chose The Selection by Kiera Cass. I loved this book. It was exactly what I needed to perk my mood back up and make me smile and just get out of that numbness that The Darkest Minds put me in at the end. This book follows a girl named America, and this is kind of set in the future. The United States isn't called the United States anymore. It's called Elia, I think. Ilia? I don't know. But that's what it's called. And there's a king and a queen and a prince that now rules over the country. And the prince is about to come of age to have a princess. There's this thing that the country has called the selection, which is any girl from the age of 16 to 25 can enter into the selection to compete for the prince's hand in marriage. And I love princesses in general, so I knew this book was for me, and I loved it. Everything about it. It was so sweet, but it was so much more than I thought it was going to be. It wasn't just these girls competing for the prince's hand. There was more complications. Just Aspen. I hate that kid. Like, no. She did not trip. But Prince Maxton, yes, is super sweet also, and he's another one of my fictional boyfriends. He seriously seems like the sweetest guy in the world. And so over the weekend, over the Booktube-A-Thon, I've added 2 wonderful men onto my fictional boyfriend list, and yeah. Yes, I really enjoyed this book, and I can't wait for the second one. So I gave this 5 out of 5 stars because it was good, and it was exactly what I needed. This book was here for me when I needed it most. Let me tell you something. There is something about the king, and I don't know if it's just his personality or whatever, but there's something about him that seems off, and I don't know if that's gonna come up in the second book or not. And that one girl, I don't even know how to pronounce her name, but I'm pretty sure you guys who have read this book know exactly what I'm talking about. Her name starts with a C. I don't know how to pronounce it, but She needs to go away. So like I said before, I didn't get to Angel Fall by Susan E. because of the way I felt after The Darkest Minds and just being busy. But I definitely plan to read this. Hopefully today and tomorrow I can finish it. These are the 2 books I've read. I read this in 1 day, and I read this over the course of 2 days. So yeah, leave a comment below on what books you read over the Booktube-A-Thon. I'm really happy with what I got done. I will see you in my next video, guys. Bye!